Now more than ever, make that connection. One spot. New Jamaica Gleaner website delivers a faster, cleaner, more user-friendly experience. Built on the trusted journalism that has informed Jamaica for generations. Experience clearer pages, faster load times, and smarter ad positioning to make your ads more impactful. Designed across every device for how Jamaicans read today. New experience, powered by trusted journalism. Subscribe to jamaica-gleaner.com and experience the most trusted name in news online.
Television Jamaica delivers unmatched impact. With 82% of the free-to-air market, TVJ delivers your message to more than 1 million viewers daily. From our award-winning on-air broadcasts to our authentic local programs and powerhouse digital platforms, One Spot Media, YouTube, and our social media pages. Your message connects with Jamaicans and a global audience. Build your brand or drive instant results with TVJ's trusted quality and unrivaled reach. Ready to make an impact? Advertise with us today. Call your TVJ account executive at 876-926-1100 or visit televisionjamaica.com. Let us help your business grow because TVJ reaches and TVJ delivers.
Picture this. You're on a beach or in the mountains, perhaps a bar or at the salon, with the world at your fingertips. That's one spot. Multiple channels, music, drama, entertainment, news and sports, pay-per-view and video on demand. Download the app, sign up, and boom. So what are you waiting for? Now more than ever, make that connection. One Spot is your Jamaican app on the go, and did I say it's free in Jamaica? The new Jamaica Gleaner website delivers a faster, cleaner, more user-friendly experience. Built on the trusted journalism that has informed Jamaica for generations. Experience clearer pages, faster load times, and smarter ad positioning to make your ads more impactful. Designed across every device for how Jamaicans read today. New experience, powered by trusted journalism. Subscribe to jamaica-gleaner.com and experience the most trusted name in news online.
In primetime news this evening, plans under fire. Residents push back against overwater suites construction in Mammee Bay, St. Anne.
Jamaica Environment Trust calls for stronger legal protection for public beach access.
And bail deferred for deportee who attacked minor at Zimise Beach. Good evening and welcome to Primetime News. A very special welcome to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. I'm Anthony Lug.
And I am Andrea Chisholm. Coming up in business news, BOJ governor justifies holding interest rate at 5.5%.
And later on, there's a lot in sports. There's sports commentary and weather in this newscast. But before the break, the feedback question.
This evening, we're asking, what are your thoughts on a proposal to build overwater suites in Mammee Bay, St. Anne?
You can share comments online at facebook.com/television Jamaica and post on X at TVJ News Center.
Stay with us. Primetime News continues right after this break.
Million viewers daily. From our award-winning on-air broadcasts to our authentic local programs and powerhouse digital platforms, One Spot Media, YouTube, and our social media pages. Your message connects with Jamaicans and a global audience. Build your brand or drive instant results with TVJ's trusted quality and unrivaled reach.
$50,000 every week in the Passport to Millions promotion. Simply dial star 555 number sign to check if you need a new LTE 5G SIM and visit a Flow store to upgrade. Every upgrade gets a chance to win $50,000 every week in the Passport to Millions promotion. Enjoy smoother browsing, streaming, and downloads on the go. Upgrade your SIM today. 50 grand could be yours this week. Visit discoverflow.com.
Ready to make an impact? Advertise with us today. Call your TVJ account executive at 876-926-1100 or visit televisionjamaica.com. Let us help your business grow because TVJ reaches, TVJ delivers.
And important documents. Know your evacuation route and stay informed.
Picture this. You're on a beach or in the mountains, perhaps a bar or at the salon.
restoration of sensitive coastal spaces. And for President of the Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement, Dr. Devon Taylor, this development brings those concerns directly into focus.
The study is very clear as to the pressure that these developments put on coral reefs when we have none left in the country, and the scientists are working hard to try to regenerate the reef.
CEO of the Jamaica Environment Trust, Dr. Teresa Rodriguez Moody, while pointing to the legal protections which apply to the location, questioned whether development of this nature should be contemplated in the area at all.
Frankly, I'm not sure why we're even at the point of doing an environmental impact assessment with the law, the guidelines, the development order, the management plan simply states.
But the questions were not confined to what could be lost environmentally. Residents, too, had questions of their own.
What is it that the community will have to give up to facilitate this? And what is being given in return? And I heard the presentation from Sanders gentleman, the charity, the nice charity things that they do. And it's a problem we have in the society where people are denied justice and then they're offered charity.
Wednesday night's consultation may have been centered on one proposed development at one resort, but according to those in attendance, the questions raised are bigger. For the representatives from Sandals, they remain open to dialogue and collaboration.
Sandals recognizes that protecting Jamaica's marine and coastal environment is not optional. It is a shared responsibility, a core obligation.
In the meantime, the Jamaica Environment Trust, JET, is calling for stronger legal protection of public access to the country's beaches, arguing that they should be recognized as public commons held in public trust. The call comes amid continued debate over beach access and the government's beach access and management policy introduced in March. Prince Moore has the details.
The Jamaica Environment Trust, JET, says while the government's beach access and management policy is an important step towards addressing long-standing concerns, it does not go far enough in establishing access to beaches as a legal right. The environmental group is particularly concerned that the policy defines a public beach based on government ownership, potentially leaving out privately owned beaches that have traditionally been used by the public for bathing or fishing. JET Chief Executive Officer Dr. Teresa Rodriguez Moody says the debate should move beyond the percentage of beaches available to the public. She argues that the central question is whether Jamaicans have a right to access their beaches, regardless of who owns the adjoining land or holds a license to operate there. JET is recommending an enforceable public right to access, including routes to reach the shore, protection for traditional bathing and fishing beaches, and safeguards to prevent fees, development, or licensing conditions from becoming barriers. The organization says any new framework must balance public access with environmental protection, safety, property rights, and legitimate commercial interests. JET is urging the government to go beyond its commitment to provide at least one public beach in each parish and establish a rights-based framework that recognizes Jamaica's beaches as a shared national resource. In a social media post on Wednesday, the Ministry of Tourism published information on public bathing beaches in each parish, stressing that the locations provide Jamaicans with free access to the coastline. The ministry is urging Jamaicans to identify recognized public bathing beaches in their communities and says more information on public beach access will be provided. Prince Moore, TVJ News.
Jamaica and the United States have signed a Status of Forces Agreement, or SOFA, aimed at deepening security and defense cooperation between the two countries. The agreement establishes the terms under which members of the U.S. Armed Forces may be temporarily present in Jamaica for mutually agreed activities, including training exercises and joint operations. The signing follows talks between U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Jamaica's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang on the margins of the America's Counter-Cartels Coalition Forum in Panama on August 12. According to a statement from the National Security Ministry, Jamaica now joins more than 120 countries with similar agreements with the United States. The two countries have a long history of security cooperation, including joint military training, professional exchanges, and humanitarian and disaster response activities. The new agreement is expected to provide a more modern and predictable framework that cooperation with increased focus on regional security, disaster response, and efforts to combat organized criminal networks involved in the trafficking of drugs, guns, and people. The statement further states that SOFA signals a commitment by the Jamaica Defense Force and the U.S. Armed Forces to deepen their partnership in confronting transnational criminal organizations in the region.
Bail decision deferred. The court has not yet decided whether the 28-year-old deportee involved in the violent attack of minors at the Zimise Beach event in St. Anne will be granted bail. The defense argued in the St. Anne's Parish Court that he may have had other run-ins with the law. The other individual involved, a 43-year-old, was offered bail in the sum of $1 million earlier this month. Ramada Lyons has the details.
In April 2026, Ramon Brown was deported to Jamaica. 4 months later, he landed himself in legal hot water after this violent attack. While the viral video shows one minor being attacked, it was brought up in court that 2 minors were injured in the incident, ages 15 and 17. The minors are being represented by attorneys Peter Champagny and Saeed Bernard. Mr. Brown, 28 years old, stood before the St. Anne Parish Court on Thursday, August 20, and Judge Kemoy McCarran deferred a decision for bail pending the receipt of an antecedent report from the prosecution. An antecedent report is an official document that details a person's background, history, and criminal record. This report is compiled to check a person's character, evaluate job candidates, or assist courts during sentencing. Mr. Brown will remain in custody in the meantime. The bail application continues on Monday, August 24, 2026. Now, when the matter came up, the application was made for Mr. Brown to be admitted to bail. Defense attorney Mr. Bernard indicated that the accused may have had previous breaches with the law and as a result requested that the antecedent report be prepared and placed before the court. Judge McCarran noted that the Bail Act allows the court to adjourn a bail application so that further information concerning the antecedents of an accused may be laid before it. The judge gave the prosecution until Monday to produce the report and made it clear that no decision on bail would be taken until the report is before the court. The court was also told that several documents remain outstanding in the file, among them a medical certificate, the identification parade documents, and the statement of the arresting officer. Ramarda Lyons, TVJ News.
Still to come this evening, Transport Minister assures rural school buses will be ready for new academic year. And in business news, new BOJ Governor defends decision to hold interest policy rate at 5.5%. We'll be right back.
Pay-per-view and video on demand. Download the app, sign up, and boom. So what are you waiting for? Now more than ever, make that connection. One Spot is your Jamaican app on the go, and did I say it's free in Jamaica?
New Jamaica Gleaner website delivers a faster, cleaner, more user-friendly experience. Built on the trusted journey.
delivers unmatched impact. With 82% of the free-to-air market, TVJ delivers your message to more than 1 million viewers daily. From our award-winning on-air broadcasts to our authentic local programs and powerhouse digital platforms, One Spot Media, YouTube, and our social media pages, your message connects with Jamaicans and a global audience. Build your brand or drive instant results with TVJ's trusted quality and unrivaled reach.
Welcome back, and we're continuing the news. There are concerns this evening that common laborers are being underpaid on state-led projects in Western Jamaica, where repairs are ongoing at schools damaged by Hurricane Melissa. Details in this report.
In 2 weeks, schools will reopen, and frustration is growing among some stakeholders about the pace of repairs. But others are more frustrated about the pay. Reverend Hadley Perrin, employed for the reconstruction of schools in Western Jamaica.
Common laborer, they are being paid $3,000 a day. Mr. MP, have you heard that? Have you? Talk up loud, man. Thank you. Like you in the House of Representatives. Now, everybody knows that $3,000 cannot even buy your food. So how it is that you can work for an entire day for $3,000?
That is $400 less than the daily legal minimum wage in the country. He warned unrest is not far away if things do not change quickly.
And until and unless we begin to address the inequities that exist in the labor market, then the riot of Frome will always be a painful reminder of what disgruntled and dissatisfied workers can do and will do.
The Costas reasoned the post-Melissa construction boom was an opportunity to find work for many of the former sugarcane sector workers, but the meager pay on these multi-billion-dollar projects is turning off workers, especially the youth.
Unfortunately, sugar is almost dead. The will is being read where sugar is concerned. The question is, what is going to replace sugar here in Westmoreland? And some has to be found to put the hundreds, indeed thousands of young men and women who either cannot find work or refuse to work. It's not enough for us to say they are refusing to work, but we must ask the question, why? In some cases, your take-home pay can't take you home.
The clergyman was speaking at the Ministry of Labor's regional roadshow recently. Prince Moore, TVJ News.
Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says more than 90% of the rural school bus service fleet is expected to be operational when the new school term begins. The update comes amid concerns from opposition spokesperson on transport, Michael Phillips, about the maintenance of the buses. Minister Vaz said a summer repair program led by the El Hydro team is underway to address outstanding maintenance issues and ensure the buses are fit for service. He noted that all 111 buses in the fleet were included in a comprehensive maintenance program. Currently, 81 buses, or about 73% of the fleet, are operational. Another 20 buses are undergoing repairs, while 10 have been earmarked for more intensive repairs and replacement parts.
We have had a summer break to make sure and do the servicing and the repairs that are necessary, and I expect nothing less than a full rollout for September morning. We were able to do it in September 2025, and there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to do it even bigger and better for 2026.
And in more education-related news, more will be done to ensure discipline in schools this academic year. That's according to Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon. She was speaking at the Jamaica Teachers Association conference on Wednesday.
The 2025-26 academic year was marred by several incidents of school violence, continuing a troubling trend seen in previous years. And as schools prepare for the upcoming year, Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says a critical area she intends to focus on is discipline.
There's a breakdown of discipline in our society, and we're seeing it a lot in our schools. Because our children are coming in from those communities and those homes where discipline just does not exist. And we are going to have to do a lot more to instill discipline in our children. And so one area that has really worked really well is when you look at the uniformed groups in schools.
To the students and parents, she stressed rules must be followed.
If you don't do it in the schools, our country is going to not. And so, obviously, you do it within the rules of the ministry. There's a mandate, obviously, we can't be abusive, right? But we have to have the rules, and the children must stick to it. And I will support you when you put down your foot.
JTA President LaSonia Harrison welcomed the support.
I hope that makes headline, that schools run on rules. And that the rules of the schools must be adhered to by parents and students alike.
But she wants the Ministry of Education to go further.
That character formation, the values and attitudes needs addressing. The emphasis on the importance of devotions, and that cannot be restricted to 15 minutes in schools. Reviving of dying subjects such as civic education, history, to help our people truly understand who they are. They are critical.
Janella Precious, TVJ News.
It's summer, and some youngsters may find themselves home alone while their parents or guardians go to work. But this evening, the police in Manchester are urging children to refrain from certain behaviors, especially online. Krista Campbell reports.
From fake accounts to scams and sexual grooming, youngsters in Manchester have been warned about irresponsible and dangerous online behavior that could seriously impact their lives. At a teens' summer event in Mandeville, police stressed the dangers of youngsters oversharing certain personal information on social media, especially when they are left home alone.
So no posting on social media, home alone, I'm bored, or something like that. That's not something you should practice. And I know a lot of people, they post everything that happens in their life on social media. So as your mom or your dad gone, I'm home alone and I'm bored. But try not to do that, because people can use that same information to come and target you.
And Corporal LaSawn Blake explains how posting your location makes it even easier for danger to find you.
It's not just posting your exact location saying I'm here. So there's something called an IP address that generally, if I post from the library, I didn't post that I'm at the library, but I make a post. Whatever that post may be, it could just be a random picture. Your IP address can tell where that picture is posted from. So if you constantly post from your home, especially to Instagram and Facebook, persons can use that same IP address to find out and say, oh, she posts 10 times every day from this location. So chances are this is where she lives.
It's part of the reason why he's also stressing that youngsters and other residents should always have an emergency bag at home.
I know some parents probably have drills with their children where you know how to find a specific location in the house when it's dark. So if somebody is trying to break into the house, you know how to get out, you know how to maneuver the place. They don't, they're new to the place. So always have a plan how you exit, how you get away in this situation, just in case, even if you believe that your home is safe.
For their part, the youngsters say they now have a better appreciation for responsible online behavior.
Some bad social media uses that are often found in high schools are spreading rumors online, gossip pages, starting problems that turn into actual physical conflicts. And I would just say that it is not right, and we should be careful who we speak to, what we say to others, and how we impact others with the things that we post.
Do not join in, like, repost, or forward any harmful content. Save evidence if you are being targeted. Block and report abusive accounts. Tell a trusted adult or appropriate authority, the police, when the situation is serious. Try your best not to retaliate. Retaliation can make situations worse.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Now to the story of one man's fight for redress against a construction company undertaking part of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project in St. Thomas. The road work has cut into the senior citizen's property and making trips to the bathroom very unpleasant.
A smooth road, the dream of motorists and pedestrians alike. But in Leith Hall, St. Thomas, it's anything but smooth sailing for one resident. For Derek Jones, the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, which connects Harborview in St. Andrew to St. Thomas and Portland, has been a gross inconvenience.
We lose about 39 plant and banana right off your southern cut off and we then lick down here, so we want to pay for them too.
Leaning on a fence in his yard, he points to evidence of other damage caused by the construction.
My fence then cut off. Them not come back and then leave pan edge to drop over. Then not come fix up my fence. All my driveway them mash up. See then sink it there. Right around the side of here, so the driveway fence. It a tear away. All them things them want to fix.
But for him, the most pressing problem is a now covered pit, which he says was poorly packed, leaving his sewage with nowhere to run off.
And I like forget about my pit, or then come dry it, and who are going to take that responsibility for dry the pit? Then can't put that on me, because me have my outside pit, my outside toilet and my pit, and then cut it off.
He says he's endured 6 months with no redress despite repeated calls and queries. So now his last resort.
Yeah, what bike there? And I think about to sell if even the ally have to take care of my right, you know, because it come like say, because the man just come cut off my thing and gone, so I'm not that all.
Stephen Shaw is communication manager at the National Works Agency, NWA, which manages the highway construction project. I contacted him while he was visiting another site in St. Thomas, and he paid a visit to Mr. Jones.
Having been told of the situation here with Mr. Jones, I have reached out to the consultants on the project, Stanley Jamaica Engineers, and they have committed to having one of their senior engineers come to this location to see for themselves what is taking place. And thereafter, I'm sure that instructions will be given to the contractors to have the situation here remedied.
He says the claims of banana and plantain trees being destroyed will have to be investigated further. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Coming up in this newscast, 6-year-old found with a loaded gun inside a school bus in South Carolina. We'll be right back.
Ready to make an impact? Advertise with us today. Call your TVJ account executive at 876-926-1100 or visit televisionjamaica.com. Let us help your business grow because TVJ reaches and TVJ delivers.
Picture this. You're on a beach or in the mountains, perhaps a bar or at the salon, with the world at your fingertips. That's one spot. Multiple channels, music, drama, entertainment, news and sports, pay-per-view and video on demand. Download the app, sign up, and boom. So what are you waiting for? Now more than ever, make that connection. One Spot is your Jamaican app on the go, and did I say it's free in Jamaica?
The new Jamaica Gleaner website delivers a faster, cleaner, more user-friendly experience. Built on the trusted journalism that has informed Jamaica for generations. Experience clearer pages, faster load times, and smarter ad positioning to make your ads more impactful. Designed across every device for how Jamaicans read today. New experience, powered by trusted journalism. Subscribe to jamaica-gleaner.com and experience the most trusted name in news online.
Television Jamaica delivers unmatched impact. With 82% of the free-to-air market, TVJ delivers your message to more than 1 million viewers daily. From our award-winning on-air broadcasts to our authentic local programs and powerhouse digital platforms, One Spot Media, YouTube, and our social media pages. Your message connects with Jamaicans and a global audience. Build your brand or drive instant results with TVJ's trusted quality and unrivaled reach.
Stakeholders in Negril, Westmoreland say they're comforted following a $450 million water project that is expected to improve the chronic water shortage. Minister of Water, Environment and Climate Change Matthew Samuda says phase 1 of the project is already underway. Kimberly Petty reports.
They say water is life, and the stakeholders and residents in Negril have been put to the test as they've battled water woes in the resort town for decades. The crisis worsened in 2024, forcing residents and businesses to dig deep in their pockets to purchase water frequently. An untenable situation, especially for the hotel sector. At a stakeholder meeting on Thursday, Water Minister Matthew Samuda announced plans to fix the issue. He pointed to phase 1 of a U.S. $170 million project, which is currently underway.
So phase 1 is about replacing 67 kilometers of ductile iron pipe. As you would see, there works underway in both Montego Bay and Lucy as that part. We would have already done trenching along several sections of that corridor and laid these massive 36-inch pipes.
The minister says phase 2 will see the upgrade of the Mammee Bay and Great River treatment plants and work being done at the Logwood treatment plant. As for phase 3, he said, it will consist of the building of new treatment plants at Roaring River, along with connectivity to Negril and the development of the treatment plant in Rio Bueno. Mr. Samuda says the overall project will take 5 years to complete, but once done, stakeholders will see
far more reliable water supply. Ultimately, we were losing millions of gallons along a leaky pipe network before. This will significantly reduce line losses. That's on the phase 1 side. On the phase 2 side, we'll be adding 10 million more gallons a day along the corridor from Mammee Bay to west end of Negril. So, more stable water supply, less need for trucking, and all that comes with that, all the development that will come because of the stability of supply.
Chairman of the Negril Destination Assurance Council, Richard Wallace, expressed satisfaction about the solutions to the concerns that were raised.
We had an amazing meeting this morning. We were very happy. The minister sat with us and he updated us on all the projects that are happening under his portfolio. And he even went further and told us about some of the other projects that are dear to us here in Negril.
Mr. Wallace added that the stakeholders also expressed concerns about the generator at the Logwood treatment plant. It was destroyed by fire after Hurricane Melissa. The Logwood treatment plant supplies Negril. The minister has promised that he is advancing the procurement of a second generator. Now, at least one stakeholder was not too quick to celebrate following the announcements of plans laid out to fix the water woes. Daniel Grizzle, director of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, is adamant that he wants to see work being done.
What I'm afraid of over the years, we have had beautiful meetings, we have had great speech, but what I'm interested in is action. We, the community, has a role to play here. For a start, I think we should ask for a quarterly update on these projects. We have to ensure that these projects remain on the top shelf at all times.
Kimberly Petty, TVJ News.
And it's time now for responses from our friends on Facebook and X to this question: what are your thoughts on a proposal to build overwater suites in Mammee Bay, St. Anne? Our first response comes from Natalie, who says, I'm all for exploring innovative ideas like overwater suites in Mammee Bay. Let's see the proposal and assess the potential impact on the local community and environment. Have another comment from Angela, who says, as long as it's beneficial to the community and Jamaica on a whole, it's fine with me. Do we have another one? Yes, we do, from Island Girl, who says, building overwater suites could be a game changer for tourism in Mammee Bay, St. Anne, providing luxurious accommodations and stunning views while showcasing the natural beauty of the area. Now keep those comments coming. Facebook.com/Television Jamaica and post on X at TVJ News Center. The Business Day and news from overseas are after the break, so please stay with us.
Attention government pensioners, the Accountant General's Department's Life Certificate Drive is coming your way. Look out for us on the following dates: Tuesday, September 1, Morant Villas in St. Thomas; Wednesday, September 2, St. James Methodist Church in Clarendon; Thursday, September 3, Hanover Parish Library; Friday, September 4, Westmoreland Parish Library; Saturday, September 5, Greater Portmore Branch Library; Monday, September 7, St. Mary Parish Library; Tuesday, September 8, St. Anne Parish Library; Wednesday, September...
Ready to make an impact? Advertise with us today. Call your TVJ account executive at 876-926-1100 or visit televisionjamaica.com. Let us help your business grow, because TVJ reaches and TVJ delivers.
Picture this. You're on a beach or in the mountains, perhaps a bar or at the salon, with the world at your fingertips. That's one spot. Multiple channels, music, drama, entertainment, news and sports, pay-per-view and video on demand. Download the app, sign up, and boom. So what are you waiting for? Now more than ever, make that connection. One spot is your Jamaican app on the go, and did I say it's free in Jamaica?
The new Jamaica Gleaner website delivers a faster, cleaner, more user-friendly experience. Built on the trusted journalism that has informed Jamaica for generations. Experience clearer pages, faster load times, and smarter ad positioning to make your ads more impactful. Designed across every device for how Jamaicans read today. New experience, powered by trusted journalism. Subscribe to jamaica-gleaner.com and experience the most trusted name in news online.
Brian Langren says the central bank remains alert and will act if inflation does not come down between the target range of 4 to 6%. The Monetary Policy Committee on Monday decided to hold the policy interest rate at 5.5%, even after 2 consecutive months of inflation breaching the upper limit. Jamila Maitland explains.
Dr. Brian Langren says the central bank decided to hold the policy interest rate at 5.5% because the current inflationary pressures are not expected to be long-term. However, he says if they persist, the bank will be forced to adjust the interest rate.
This decision reflects
the MPC's assessment that the recent rise in inflation is being driven primarily by temporary, external, and administrative factors, while domestic conditions remain broadly stable. Holding the policy rate steady at this time is therefore consistent with the bank's mandate, but it does not mean the bank is standing still.
Dr. Langren, in his first media briefing on Thursday, says the increase in fares, fuel prices associated with electricity bills, and other related services, as well as the cost of food due to the drought, are the three reasons why inflation rose to 7.5% in July, up from 6.7% in June. And he says August and September are expected to be no different.
Looking ahead, the MPC expects inflation to remain above the 4 to 6% target range during the September quarter, before gradually moving back towards the target range over the near term.
The BOJ governor was not able to say how soon inflation is expected to be back within the 4 to 6% target. He revealed that for the next 8 quarters, the risk of inflation is great, not only because of the war in the Middle East or even between Russia and Ukraine, but because of domestic reasons. More spending on rebuilding efforts from Hurricane Melissa, as well as the increase in food prices if the drought continues, can cause more long-term disruption to the inflationary target.
The bank is mindful that higher prices are not abstract figures for Jamaican households, particularly low-income families and fixed-wage earners. Food, transport, energy costs have a direct impact on the cost of living, while businesses face higher operating and input costs. Against this background, the MPC's decision is carefully calibrated to limit second-round effects and support the return of inflation to the target range.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
Producer prices in Jamaica's mining and quarrying industry declined in July, while prices in the manufacturing sector increased. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin says the producer price index for mining and quarrying fell by 2% during the month. The decline was largely driven by a 2.2% reduction in the index for bauxite mining and alumina processing, reflecting lower alumina prices on the international market. Meanwhile, producer prices in the manufacturing industry increased by 0.7% in July. Statin says the increase was driven by higher prices in several major groups, including food, beverages, and tobacco, which rose by 0.9%, refined petroleum products up 0.6%, and chemicals and chemical products, which increased by 1%. On a point-to-point basis, between July 2025 and July 2026, producer prices in mining and quarrying declined by 8%. Manufacturing prices, however, increased by 9.9% over the same period. To the stock market now, the JSE index advanced by 2,822 points a day to close at 374,004 points, while the junior market index declined by 16 points to close at 2,897 points. The winners include Knutsford Express, Innovative Energy Group, Kingston Properties, Iron Rock Insurance, and Paramount Trading. Losers were led by First Rock Real Estate Investments, Productive Business Solutions US dollar shares, Virtue Paints, JPS 7% preference shares, and the Lumber Depot. 21 stocks traded firm. In foreign exchange trading today, banks and cambios were selling the US dollar for an average The Canadian dollar is being sold for $116.50. The pound is going for $217.53, while the euro is selling for an average $186.93. And that's it for the business day. We go to news overseas right after this break.
The Business Day, brought to you by... With Sagicor Life, you have access to affordable life...
20-year-old was found with a loaded gun inside a school bus in Columbia, South Carolina earlier this week. The child's mother has been charged with unlawful conduct towards a child. More from the CNN.
I was very emotional because, again, you know, I understand the seriousness of this all.
Tony Hall, DeStar Hall's husband, saying he regrets how the situation unfolded.
It was shocking.
The shocking discovery happening Monday morning. A school resource officer from J.P. Thomas Elementary School was notified that the 6-year-old student was found with a loaded AR pistol on the school bus.
We always do encourage students to see something, say something. And that is exactly what happened in this instance.
Deputies say they learned the gun was not properly secured at the child's home, leading to Hall's arrest. But her husband says the discovery happened way before the child got on the bus.
We sent the kids out there to play and they came back with that.
He says the child found the gun in a wooded area near their home. He says he told his wife to get rid of it, but now regrets not calling the police.
I felt like I could police it myself, and that was the problem. And we should have, that's the step we should have too. Because we looked at it as a toy. It looked like a toy for real.
And the Primetime News package continues with the sports right after this break.
Jamaica delivers unmatched